How's it going, all you beautiful hunters? Y'all ready to go kick another boss's rear? This one is for this psychotic dude. It, he's Micolash, host of the Nightmare, which it refers to the Nightmare of Mensis, where he's located. Um, he's the weird researcher, scientist guy that put himself into, and the rest of the scholars of Mensis, into a nightmare where he's forever immortal, that he can learn everything. But he's dead in the real world. I'm not sure how that works. But he is located in the Nightmare of Mensis. He is not optional. You take a left from the lantern and follow the path to the castle, progress through until you reach a long bridge and two rising ethereal walkers, after which is where the boss room's at. Um, Once you defeat him, the long bridge that was previously blocked off rises and lets you go to Murgo's Loft Middle. Again, he's not optional because he's the only way to get to Murgo's Wet Nurse. His drops include the Mensis Cage and Blood Echoes. Mensis Cage is that weird thing on his head. You do get 2 insight for finding him and 2 insight for beating him. As far as his defenses, he has 169 physical defense, 134 blunt, 125 thrust, and he has insane arcane defense at 232. He also has 179 blood defense, 124 fire, and 125 bolt defense. He's not considered a kin, he's not considered a beast. So really, elementals don't really work too much against him. He does use 2 of the hunter tools. He uses the Augur of Abritus and a Call Beyond. The Augur of Abritus, it does a decent bit of damage. He also attacks with his fists, which do very little damage. But a Call Beyond is hard to dodge and can possibly one-shot you. You'll be fighting him in a library where steps going up and down. There's tons of mist on the ground, making enemies hard to see. Overall, he's not an aggressive boss, but his AoE spell, a Call Beyond, is extremely powerful. And the ethereal walkers do help him during the first part of the fight. Initially, you need to find and follow him to a dead-end room where you can beat on him until he's about half health. He'll teleport away at that time, head up the stairs past a few of the crossbow mannequins, and you'll arrive in another area that looks exactly like the first. He'll be there, but will soon run into a dead-end room, drop a gate. You can't get to him. You can cheese him here if you have long-reaching weapons like the Hunter Axe, Threaded Cane, or the Burial Blade, and the Blunderbuss. You can actually just attack him through the gate and cheese the second part of the fight, because he can't attack you back through the gate. Never let him cast a Call Beyond, or try not to. But once that gate drops, you can actually just head up the stairs and you can drop down into the room where you can fight him. When you engage him for the second time, he is a lot more aggressive than his first interaction with you. He'll use Augur of Abritus and a Call Beyond a lot more often. You try and keep him from casting a Call Beyond, because once he does, you're only really counting on luck to survive it. If you stand really close to him, almost touching him, he will never use a spell, resorting instead to his fist and the Augur of Abritus spell, which allows you to simply stun him to death, while occasionally strafing to dodge his tentacles. Get too far away and he does manage to start casting a Call Beyond, shoot him. Catch him early enough in the animation, it'll stagger him out of the cast. Backstabs can be performed when he does the tentacle attack if you have a fast enough weapon. This is a reliable way to deal considerate damage to him, and even heal yourself if you have the right runes, particularly mostly in the first half of the fight. Depending on your insight count, Micolash can teleport through different mirrors after teleporting at half health. After hitting Micolash several times along the chase from mirror to mirror, he'll eventually run into the dead-end room as usual. I have close to 100 insight, so I might have to do an insight dump so that he doesn't do this. Because if you have a lot of insight, he does this a lot, and it's extremely aggravating. In his second location, Micolash gains the ability to cast Call Beyond, to summon numerous arcane missiles, and attack you with them. That's the same spell that is used by one of the hostile hunters in Bergenworth. If it hits you multiple times, it's going to kill you. Pretty much full health to nothing. It has no trouble one-shotting a hunter with 50 vit, even with the full choir set. Sometimes he will spam the living Jesus out of this, using it again as soon as he completes it. You can use the old hunter bone to kind of mitigate it and get around it. There's really no counter to it unless you can shoot him before he finishes the animation. Yeah. Even if he's staggered about halfway through it, the spell's still going to go off. You have to get him before the orb starts to expand. If you have a high enough arcane to use Beast Roar, hit him with it as many times as you can. Then once your stamina bar is almost empty, cast Beast Roar. It'll knock him down and give you a little bit of time to heal or get your stamina back. It'll ensure that he never gets to cast his Call Beyond ever. There's a couple of different strategies for this. Co-op is one of the more fun ones. You can actually kill him in phase 1. You can skip his second phase by killing him before he reaches the second room. For that, get him to 50% in the first room. He will disappear, go up the stairs, and find him. Chase him until he jumps down on a ledge. Don't follow him. Instead, go down the stairs and attack him. Instead of going to a dead end, he will run down the stairs, follow him, get a few more hits in. He'll disappear. Now go back to the place where he jumps down, and he will wait along the way. When he sees you, he'll run to the ledge. You can go back to the room where he lands. Now you're standing in the room to which he jumps. He is standing on the balcony. Run underneath him. He will jump when he lands. Get a few strikes in. And you can do that over and over and over. You can also use the cannon. Once he gets to that jump off ledge, just use the cannon, spam him, and he's dead. You can also use poison knives at the same time. Melee is another good strategy along with aggressive melee. If you have the Old Hunters DLC, the Black Sky Eye and Bow Blade are really good with this fight, especially at that ledge. The Bow Blade can just take him out, almost just riddle him to nothing. And you can also use the Blunderbuss and the Hunter's Axe Threaded Gang Burial Blade and just aggro him through the gate and fight him there. I'm going to be going off the cheese strat, which is poison knives, because they work pretty well, along with the cannon. So I'm just going to go through phase 1, get him to drop off the ledge, poison knife him, and then cannon him. For the cannon strategy, it's almost the same. You just do the same thing. So I'm going to poison him and then just fire a cannon shot off at him. Poison him, fire cannon shot off at him. Poison him, fire cannon shot off at him. The cannon's going to consume a lot of ammo very quickly. So we're going to have to use blood bullets. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Bone marrow ash. I believe you can use bone marrow ash on the cannon, which is going to really help here. So let's hop on over here. We're going to start from the lecture hall second floor, head to the Nightmare Mensis, and then head after Micolash. So I'll catch y'all over there.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire?
Okay guys, here we are hanging out with Gehrman in Hunter's Dream. I'm going to quickly show you my setup, and then we're going to head out and start in the lecture hall second floor. Go to Nightmare Mensis, and then we're going to work our way through it to get over to Micolash. It's actually a pretty easy run. We have to go through an entire area again. So real quick, here is my setup. I've got my saw cleaver like normal. Second hand, I just have the burial blade just for whatevers because I don't have the DLC for the bow blade. But in the left hand, I have my hunter pistol and my cannon +8. I do have beast blood pellets equipped for phase 1 and poison knives equipped for phase 2. You also may want to have sedatives. Blue elixirs don't really matter. You can also, let me see where they're at. You can also use bolt paper. I'm going to actually equip bone marrow ash so that I can boost my cannon, because we want to do as much damage to him as possible. So we're going to go ahead and head to lecture building 2nd floor, and I'll meet you over there. Okay, and here we are in the lecture building, and to get to the Nightmare of Mensis, it's actually pretty easy. Just run straight down this hall. We're not going to go to the bottom floor this time like we had to with Amygdala. We want to just go straight through and exit out the top door here. And this will actually take us to the Nightmare of Mensis instead of the Nightmare Frontier. As far as the cheesing strat goes, I'm kind of going to combine 2 of them. I might use the bigger damage cheese strat cannon to get the most damage done as quick as I can. But after that, it's just going to be waiting for poison to kill him. And as you can see here, you do not get a lamp here. And yeah, there's a sinister bell. That's always fun. I really should not be playing online currently, but I am, just I guess because I don't know why I'm playing with online enabled. There's really no point to it. So we just want to run through this area, and unfortunately I actually don't know where the Bell Maiden is here. Wow, you got up to me real quick. Alright, here's our lantern. Light that. And just take off, because that frenzy will build up very quickly. We don't want it building up too much. Get it to about there on the gauge. Drink your sedative. That should keep you pretty well, you know, alive until you get up to the end of this area. Try to not run out of stamina, especially when you're approaching these guys. Mostly because they like throwing rocks and stones at you. Run up to this door and immediately turn around and watch, because they like to jump on you. Yep, there's a stone. Oh, that was lucky. Alright, so now we're going to come in here. Nice big old spider room. We're going to turn to the right, and we want to go right through here and jump. And now we're going to get a bunch of spiders. Just leg it out of here. And I mean leg it. But normally, yep, we have 1 spider following us. You can kill this hunter. Me personally, I'm just going to run around him because it is what it is. We're going to go through here, down the steps, and hang a right. And we want to activate this elevator, because this elevator takes us down to the Murgo's Loft middle lamp. This is actually a really good lamp to have, because the other elevator actually lands right here. Unfortunately, we can't call it down. We have to actually go up to it. And if you notice, we can actually see the brain of Mensis frenzying this place. And it will kill enemies. So now let's hop on back on the elevator, head back up, and head over to Micolash and open the other elevator. Micolash can be quite an irritating boss to fight, so you actually want this elevator open because he can just get really lucky. Ow. Normally he doesn't hit me. Alright, so run around, run past him, kind of run towards him, and then turn. That way he uses his physical attack instead of his ranged attack. Or come up here. And here you have dog crow hybrids. Run up here, and in order to get that elevator unlocked, you just want to run over here, hop in this caged elevator, and go straight down. And this brings us straight to Murgo's Loft Middle. That way you can hop straight back up to Micolash. Alrighty. I did not do an insight dump. Well, this ought to be fun. Alrighty, so we want to send it back down. Go back down. Just in case we die, which is a very high possibility. It's been a very long time since I've done Micolash, and he can be an extremely irritating boss. Let's get this nice cutscene.
Cause. Or some say cosm. Do you hear our prayers?
Nope. You're dead.
No,
Oh,
we shall not abandon the dream.
that's creepy.
No one can catch us. No one can stop us now.
Oh, yeah. He's one of the creepier bosses in Bloodborne, if not the creepiest. Now we have to chase him into a dead-end room. So what we want to do, run over here, chase him up once, turn right, and hopefully we can get him to run down the stairs and to the left. Nope, he decided to be mean. That's okay, we can just chase him around. Get him to run up. And run back around, and we should be able to force him straight into the room. And these masquerade puppets can be a little irritating. So now what we want to do, we want to beast blood pellet. And kind of stay at a distance from him for now. Mostly because of the auger of Abretus. That thing hurts quite a lot. Go ahead and heal back up. And now that he's in kind of a corner, we can just kind of wail on him and do a lot of damage. And never dodge towards him, always dodge off to the side. Yeah, again, that auger hurts. There we go.
Oh, majestic! A hunter is a hunter, even in a dream. But alas, not too fast.
Again, creepy. So we want to take a right up this and go back after him. He is going to be up in here, go straight through here, and here's Micolash. Oh wow, that was really quick. So here is where we cheese the crap out of him with the good old cannon. And let's just see if bone marrow ash will affect the cannon. Oh, does it not? Oh, it does, but it doubles the quicksilver bullets needed. Okay. And the other strat is using poison knives. Hit him once, hit him twice, and eventually his animation will get stuck like that. And now we just wait for poison to kill him. And as you can see, it actually, you know, does quite a bit of damage. Make sure to not fall off or you will knock him out of this state. 3 poison knives will put him into this state. But I'm going to speed this up here, that way y'all aren't sitting here waiting for Micolash to perish from poison damage. So I will speed this up, enjoy the music, and I will see y'all when he perishes. And here we are at Micolash's final moments.
Now I'm waking up. I'll forget everything.
And there you go. That is how to easily cheese the host of the nightmare, Micolash. And this is the bridge that leads us to the next portion of Murgo's Loft, which will allow us to get to Murgo's Wet Nurse, which is by far one of the strangest boss fights mechanic-wise, but it is a really fun boss fight. And there you go. This is the Mensis cage. Oh, and if you did drop down and attack him, this is the mirror that he runs through. But there you go, guys. How to easily cheese Micolash. Oh, and this is the room that would have dropped down a gate and sealed you in with Micolash. This is where you're originally supposed to fight him, but he's one of those annoying bosses. It's just better to cheese him. So there you go, guys. Another boss and trophy down. Remember, hit the subscribe button, click that thumbs up if you think that this was a fun video, and click notification bell if you'd like to see every time that I throw out another video, letting you get another shiny trophy. Have a good one.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.